Chosen one, there are rare moments when the atmosphere itself feels altered, as if the air has become heavier with meaning and lighter with clarity at the same time. This is one of those moments. You did not stumble into this message by chance, and you are not hearing these words by accident. Something unseen has shifted in your favor, and your spirit felt it before your mind could catch up. That sudden pause you experienced, the inner nudge to stop, listen, and become still, that was not random. That was recognition. Heaven moved, and your soul responded. Right now, you are being asked to slow down and step out of noise. This is not a message meant to be consumed casually, not something to skim while distracted or surrounded by public energy. This is sacred ground. It requires privacy, reverence, and stillness. The reason your spirit feels alert is because this is not ordinary information. This is divine transmission. When God speaks with this level of precision, it is not to entertain your curiosity, but to prepare your destiny. You may not be able to explain the shift, but you can feel it. Something has changed in the atmosphere around you. Conversations feel different. Silence carries more weight. Your intuition is louder than usual. That is because you are standing at the edge of something new. When heaven initiates movement, it always announces it internally before it manifests externally. This message is that announcement. Treat this moment with care. What is being released now is intentional, urgent, and sacred. This is not fear-based. This is preparation. God is speaking because timing matters. And if you are hearing this, it means you are meant to. Before moving forward, understand this clearly. This message unfolds in layers, and each layer reveals itself only when you remain present. That is why you are being instructed to watch until the end. Not because of obligation, but because alignment is formed through completion. When you stay, when you listen fully, when you resist the urge to rush ahead, something within you synchronizes with what heaven is releasing. You are also being invited into agreement. When you write Amen 99 in the comments, it is not a routine action or empty habit. It is a spiritual declaration. It is you saying, I receive this instruction. I align with this word. I agree with what God is doing. Written words carry power. They move energy. They activate faith in visible form. A prayer written in belief is not passive. It is active in the unseen. There is also power in unity. When many come into the same vibration of faith, something begins to shift collectively. Wishes do come true, but they are magnified when they are spoken and believed together. This is not about numbers. It is about resonance. Liking this message is not just digital interaction, it is acknowledgement. Subscribing is not about content, it is commitment. Enter this moment consciously. Set distractions aside. Let your spirit lead instead of routine. You are not just listening, you are participating. And what you do in agreement now prepares the ground for what comes next. Chosen one, hear this clearly and without doubt. You are under divine covering. You have not been exposed, forgotten, or abandoned. Even in moments when you felt unsettled, heaven never lost sight of you. That spiritual unease you've been experiencing lately is not a sign that something is wrong. It is a sign that something is activating. When God increases protection, He also increases sensitivity. You may have noticed that certain people suddenly feel draining, that familiar places no longer bring peace, that certain environments feel heavy or uncomfortable. This is discernment sharpening. Your spirit is learning to read atmospheres, intentions, and energy before they reveal themselves openly. You are being trained to sense what cannot yet be proven. This is not paranoia. Paranoia produces fear and confusion. Discernment produces awareness and caution. What you are experiencing now is clarity. You are noticing subtle shifts because you are meant to. Your spirit reacts faster now because it is being trusted with more responsibility. God is refining your inner compass. You are no longer meant to move casually or explain everything away. You are meant to listen, observe, and trust what you sense. This heightened awareness is not weakness. It is evidence that something valuable is being guarded. Heaven does not activate protection without reason. And if your discernment has increased, it is because what you carry requires it. There is a reason this message carries a restriction. There is a reason you were warned not to open it publicly, not to expose it casually, not to allow it to be overheard by just anyone. Not everyone has the capacity to understand what you are receiving. Some would mock it, others would distort it. A few would feel threatened by it without knowing why. Revelation attracts attention in the spirit realm, and attention does not always mean support. Sacred instruction loses power when it is exposed too early. Divine messages become diluted when shared with those who lack discernment. That is why this is not about secrecy, it is about protection. This revelation was hand-selected and time-specific. It came to you when it needed to, not before and not later. Timing is part of the instruction. God does not speak randomly. When He delivers a word, He also provides boundaries around it. Your role is to honor those boundaries. You are not required to explain what God has told you. You are required to protect it. Divine discretion is spiritual maturity. What you are carrying does not need public discussion. It needs private obedience. When the time comes, God will reveal it Himself. Until then, your silence is not disobedience. It is alignment. Chosen one, you were not chosen to entertain or impress. You were chosen to carry impact. Your assignment carries weight because it carries truth. That is why resistance appears without warning. That is why darkness reacts before you fully understand why. Light does not need to shout to threaten darkness. It simply needs to exist. You have been given spiritual hearing. You notice patterns others overlook. You recognize signs others dismiss. You feel shifts others call coincidence. That is not imagination. That is calling. Your discernment is functional. It exists for purpose, not performance. This message is not meant to scare you. It is meant to awaken you. God is not warning you because you are weak. He is warning you because you are close. Close to alignment. Close to activation. Close to movement. Entertainment distracts. Assignment sharpens. And heaven is drawing your focus back to what truly matters. You are not here to display spirituality. You are here to live it, to carry it quietly until the appointed time. Darkness is unsettled by your obedience, not your volume. Remember that. What you carry requires accuracy, not exposure. And God is refining that accuracy now. Chosen one, there is a gentle but firm correction being released over you now. You have been revealing pieces of yourself, your vision, your ideas, and your emotions to people who were never assigned to steward them. You didn't do this out of pride or carelessness, but out of trust and hope for understanding. Yet what followed, silence, subtle resistance, delayed support, or quiet envy, was not accidental. It was a signal. Not everyone who listens is meant to carry what you share. Curiosity is not always innocent. Some questions are invitations, but others are probes. Some conversations are genuine, but others are spiritual surveillance wrapped in familiarity. That is why God is saying, seal it. What He gives you now must be protected, not explained. When sacred things are handled casually, they lose strength. Spiritual maturity is revealed through restraint. It is not about hiding in fear, but about honoring timing. Silence is not weakness. Silence is stewardship. Every time you resist the urge to overshare, you preserve spiritual authority. Every time you choose discretion over validation, you strengthen your covering. God is teaching you how to carry weight. The higher the assignment, the quieter the preparation. You are no longer in a season where everything must be discussed, analyzed, or understood by others. Some things must grow unseen. This is not about isolation. It is about consecration. Treat what God has placed within you as holy. Guard it. Nurture it. Allow it to mature without interference. The instruction is clear. Stop revealing too much, not because people are evil, but because not everyone is equipped. And in this season, protection matters more than explanation. Chosen one, it is important that you understand this without fear or panic. Your life is currently under spiritual observation. Both light and darkness are paying attention. When destiny approaches activation, attention increases. This is not because you are vulnerable, but because you are valuable. You may have noticed unexplained fatigue, sudden emotional heaviness, or resistance that seems disproportionate to your actions. These are not random experiences. They are indicators that something in your life is shifting at a deeper level. Spiritual attacks often appear when spiritual authority is being formed. God sends warnings before manifestation because protection must precede exposure. He does not reveal without first shielding. That is why this message came when it did. Not to alarm you, but to prepare you. You are approaching a moment where what has been hidden will begin to surface. And visibility requires strategy. You are not being watched by people alone, but by forces that recognize your potential. Darkness does not attack what poses no threat. Light does not mobilize protection without purpose. Heaven has already responded by increasing your coverage. Angels are assigned. Boundaries are being reinforced. Your role is alignment. Stay grounded. Stay obedient. Stay discerning. You are not alone in this. You are supported, guarded, and guided. But now more than ever, your choices matter. What you say, where you go, and who you trust carries weight. This awareness is not meant to frighten you. It is meant to focus you. You are closer than you think. There are seasons when heaven becomes quieter, not because God has withdrawn, but because He is watching how you respond to whispered instruction. Sacred silence is not absence. It is preparation. It is in silence that discernment sharpens and obedience deepens. Right now, you are being instructed to pull back, to listen more than you speak, to observe rather than explain. This is not punishment. This is positioning. God is teaching you how to move without announcing every step. When you speak prematurely, you expose what is still forming. When you remain silent, you protect what is becoming. Silence trains discipline. It breaks the need for validation. It teaches you to trust God without external confirmation. And most importantly, it keeps doors open that words can accidentally close. There is a door ahead of you that will not open through effort or explanation. It will open through obedience, through stillness, through restraint. Many miss their next assignment not because they are unqualified, but because they speak too soon. Sacred silence is not emptiness. It is intelligence. It is strategy. It is obedience in motion. Every moment you choose silence over reaction, heaven records alignment. The instruction is simple but weighty. Listen carefully, move quietly, and trust deeply. What is coming requires precision, and precision is born in silence. Every divine promise begins as a seed, and every seed must remain hidden before it becomes strong. Darkness does not fear what it can see clearly. It fears what is growing unseen. That is why premature exposure is dangerous. Doubt enters. Interference follows. Delay sets in. What God has placed inside you right now is fragile, not because it is weak, but because it is new. Blessings often require protection before they require celebration. A seed exposed too early can be damaged by elements it was never meant to face yet. You are in the soil stage. Growth is happening below the surface. Roots are forming. Strength is developing. And this process cannot be rushed. When you protect what is still forming, you ensure that it will rise with power later. God is asking you to guard this season carefully. Resist the urge to dig up what you just planted to see if it's working. Trust the process. Trust the timing. Trust the one who planted it. Your role is not to prove growth. It is to protect it. Stay consistent. Stay quiet. Stay faithful. When the time is right, what has been hidden will break through the surface with undeniable strength. Not every revelation belongs on a public platform. Not every divine instruction is meant for social media, group chats, or even family discussions. This is a difficult truth, but a necessary one. Even those who love you may not be assigned to understand the season. Your altar is private. Your secret place is sacred. That is where revelation matures. Heaven is not impressed by performance. Heaven expects stewardship. What God gives you now is not meant to be consumed by public opinion. It is meant to be cultivated in personal communion. Public exposure invites commentary. Commentary invites distortion. Distortion delays purpose. That is why this season requires discernment about where and with whom you share. This is not about isolation. It is about alignment. God is teaching you how to separate divine instruction from public noise. You are learning how to hear clearly without interference. There will be a time for visibility. There will be a time for testimony. But this is not that time. Right now, the instruction is simple. Keep it between you and God. Steward what He has entrusted to you, and trust that when heaven is ready for it to be seen, no force will be able to hide it. Chosen one, what you are carrying right now is not limited to your personal journey. It is a trigger, a catalyst, a spark that sets off movements far beyond what you can currently see. That is why the resistance has intensified. That is why distractions have multiplied. When something carries the potential to shift generational patterns, opposition does not wait for visibility. It shows up early. Your obedience in this moment is not isolated. It sends ripples through timelines connected to you, your family, your future children, your legacy, and even people you may never meet. Heaven measures moments like this not by emotion, but by consequence. One decision made in obedience can unlock doors for generations. One moment of carelessness can delay what was meant to flow freely. That is why divine guidance in this season must be treated as instruction, not suggestion. God is not offering options. He is issuing protection protocols. The enemy understands the power of timing, which is why he targets focus and patience. Distraction is the most subtle form of resistance. You are standing in a moment where your response determines trajectory. The pressure you feel is not random. It is the weight of responsibility. But this weight is not meant to crush you. It is meant to anchor you, to keep you grounded, to keep you intentional. You may not see the full impact yet, but heaven does. And heaven has entrusted you with this moment because you are capable of handling it. What you do now matters far more than it appears. Stay obedient. Stay focused. The chain reaction has already begun. Some of the most powerful blessings arrive quietly. They don't announce themselves. They don't draw attention. They slip into your life unnoticed by others, but unmistakable to you. These are stealth blessings, silent deposits, invisible approvals, doors opening behind the scenes. Loud blessings attract attention, and attention invites interference. That is why God sometimes chooses to move quietly. What arrives without noise is harder to attack. What grows unseen is stronger when revealed. You are being trained to move like spiritual royalty, not reactive, not boastful, not impulsive, but wise, measured, and strategic. Royalty does not explain every move. Royalty understands timing. This is why isolation has shown up in your life recently. It is not abandonment. It is insulation. God is buffering you from unnecessary interference while He installs what you need for the next level. Quiet seasons build strength that noisy seasons cannot. Do not despise the subtlety of this moment. What feels small now will carry great authority later. The silence around your breakthrough is part of its protection. Trust the process. The quiet is working in your favor. There are seasons when God restricts movement, access, and exposure, not as punishment, but as preparation. This is one of those seasons. You are under spiritual lockdown not because of danger, but because of delivery. Something is being finalized on your behalf. You may feel limited. Plans may feel delayed. Opportunities may seem paused. But understand this, restriction now prevents regret later. God is securing what He is about to release through you. This is not the time to trade intimacy for validation. Do not sacrifice closeness with God for external approval. What is coming will not require explanation. It will speak for itself. There is a private miracle forming in this season. One that does not need witnesses. One that does not need applause. One that will change everything quietly before anyone notices. Honor this lockdown. Rest in it. Trust it. Protection always precedes promotion. Not all refinement happens on a stage. Some of the deepest transformation happens in obscurity. Friendships may fade. Opportunities may close. Conversations may go silent. This is not loss. This is alignment. God is clearing environments that cannot sustain your next level. Not everyone who walked with you can walk where you're going. And that does not mean they are bad. It means they are not assigned. You may not receive explanations. You may not get closure, but you are being repositioned intentionally. What feels like delay is design. What feels like silence is strategy. You are not being overlooked. You are being refined. And refinement without applause builds strength that public affirmation never could. You are not delayed. You are designed. Silence is not emptiness. It is intelligence. It is a strategic response to divine instruction. In silence, God builds authority. In stillness, purpose matures. Opening the scroll before its time invites distortion. Endurance builds weight. Exposure builds pressure. And pressure, without preparation, collapses purpose. Your transformation will become the explanation. You will not need to defend what God has done. The fruit will speak. The authority will be evident. Silence now is not suppression. It is preparation for impact. Honor it. Protect it. Trust it. Chosen one, understand this clearly. Not everyone who watches you is supporting you. Some are monitoring. Some are measuring. Some are waiting, not to celebrate, but to interfere. This is not paranoia. This is discernment. Your life has become a point of interest in the spiritual realm because of what you carry. Light attracts attention. Calling draws observation. That is why boundaries are no longer optional. They are mandatory. There are people who ask questions not because they care, but because they want access. Curiosity can hide intention. Familiarity can disguise envy. This is why God has been teaching you to say less, explain less, reveal less. Premature sharing creates unnecessary delays. What is spoken too soon can be targeted before it matures. Silence is not fear. It is wisdom. It is a line of spiritual protection. You are not required to give everyone a front row seat to your becoming. Access must be earned, not assumed. Guard what is sacred. Not everything holy needs commentary. Silence now is not withdrawal. It is boundary setting. And boundaries preserve momentum. The weight you feel is not heaviness. It is trust. God does not place pressure on those he does not trust. Responsibility follows capacity. You have been entrusted with something valuable. That is why the training is intense. That is why the pruning is precise. That is why the expectations are higher. Answered prayers, repeated signs, and alignment are confirming that you are on the correct path. The pressure is proof that you are close. This warning is not fear-based. It is blessing-based. God is protecting what he trusts you to carry. You are not being tested to fail. You are being prepared to lead. And heaven is confident in your obedience. The wilderness is not abandonment. It is guided preparation. It is where distractions fall away and clarity sharpens. Spiritual maturity is required to hold revelation. Not everyone who receives a calling completes the assignment. Completion requires stewardship, patience, and restraint. You are learning how to nurture promise without applause, how to trust without confirmation, how to obey without explanation. This season is building endurance, and endurance builds authority. Do not rush what God is perfecting. Stay planted. Stay faithful. Completion is closer than it feels. There is a sealed scroll written in fire with your name on it. It carries instruction, timing, and power. It is alive, and it must be protected. Misinterpretation comes from premature exposure. Distortion follows impatience. Obedience, silence, and patience are proof of trustworthiness. You are not hiding the vision. You are guarding it. What is sealed will be revealed at the right moment, in the right way, with the right authority. Trust the seal. Honor the process. Chosen one, divine timing cannot be rushed. What God has spoken will come to pass. Concealment is not denial. It is preparation for authority. Silence now leads to influence later. Privacy now leads to power later. Obedience now leads to dominion later. Honor what is hidden. Protect what is forming. Trust what is unfolding. Final instruction, repeated with intention and authority. Do not open this in public. What is sacred now will be undeniable when revealed.